The days slipped by one after another in a quiet, warm routine, and Rosewise's belly gradually swelled with the passing weeks, growing more and more prominent with each day. The once sharp, decisive silver dragon queen, her edges honed by years of rule, was now wrapped in a soft maternal radiance. The cold sharpness in her eyes and brows softened, replaced by gentle warmth, with Leon by her side every step of the way, tending to her with meticulous care. Her pregnancy was far more peaceful and comfortable than her first had been. Leon researched prenatal care well in advance, preparing nutritious meals and endless new variations every day. He would silently set out a soft pillow the moment she grew drowsy, patiently soothe her when her emotions fluctuated, and stay alert through every night, terrified she might feel the slightest discomfort. The dragon-slaying warrior who once galloped across battlefields now willingly devoted himself entirely to his wife and children, giving them every ounce of his tenderness and patience. Time flew by, and the swelter of summer crept in quietly. With it, Rosewise's due date arrived right on schedule, June 29th. The sky hung heavy and overcast, as if pressed down by a thick slab of lead. Within the Silver Dragon Sanctuary, the atmosphere was stretched to its breaking point. The delivery room was bathed in bright light, yet filled with unspeakable tension and agony. Rosewise lay on the bed, enduring the searing, all-consuming pain of childbirth. Her body was racked by violent convulsions, with every wave of contractions, each one feeling as if a colossal force was tearing through her very bones. Her cries of pain spilled intermittently through the closed door, each one clenching the hearts of those outside. "Your Majesty, keep going. Push a little harder. The baby will be here very soon." An experienced midwife stood by her side, wiping away the constant cold sweat on her forehead, urging her on again and again. But the pain came in crashing waves, higher and stronger, giving her no chance to catch her breath. Rosewise's cries of agony grew more heart-wrenching with each passing moment, her voice hoarse and broken. Every scream struck like a sledgehammer against Leon, who waited outside the delivery room. In the hallway, Leon was beside himself with worry, his hands clasped tightly behind his back as he paced back and forth, his footsteps sharp and heavy. His entire body was coiled tight like a drawn bowstring. His brows furrowed deeply, cold sweat dripping from his temples, his gaze fixed unblinking on the closed door, as if he could see through it. The words from the prenatal books echoed over and over in his mind, each one stabbing like a needle into his heart. From the onset of contractions to delivery, 8 to 10 hours, pain equivalent to breaking dozens of bones at once. And yet, he could do nothing. He paced helplessly outside, unable to take even a fraction of her pain away. An overwhelming sense of powerlessness gripped him, leaving the warrior who once faced dragons trembling slightly from head to toe. Off to the side, Muan and her little sister stood hand in hand in the corner, their faces streaked with tears. Their red-rimmed eyes overflowed, but they forced themselves to stay quiet, terrified of disturbing their mother. At last, the younger girl couldn't hold back any longer. She tugged gently at the hem of Leon's coat, her small voice trembling. "Daddy, is Mommy in a lot of pain?" Hearing the heart-rending screams from inside, Muan broke down. She burst into sobs, her small body shaking uncontrollably. "Wah, Muan doesn't want a baby anymore. I just want Mommy to stop hurting. Mommy's in so much pain." Watching his two daughters cry, Leon felt his heart being crushed, overwhelmed with grief. He forced down the panic and anxiety, crouched down, and gently wrapped his arms around them. "Don't worry. Mommy's strong. She'll be okay," he said softly. "Let's stay here quietly and cheer for Mommy together, okay? If she hears us, she'll have even more strength." The two girls nodded through their sobs. "Okay." One wiped her tears roughly, sniffled, and looked up at Leon with a small, hopeful glimmer in her eyes. "Can we go to the beach together? I want to pick seashells and splash in the water with my sister." Leon's expression softened. He smiled and nodded firmly. "It's a deal. When Mommy recovers, our whole family will go to the beach together. No one will be missing." The moment the words left his mouth, boom! The entire Silver Dragon Sanctuary shook violently. A deafening explosion tore through the air. Raging flames burst like a ferocious beast, shattering the thick stone wall of the hallway in an instant. Debris and broken stone flew everywhere as fire erupted skyward. A searing heatwave thick with smoke and dust swept through the space, stinging the eyes and choking the breath. Leon's pupils shrank to pinpricks, his face draining of color. Acting on instinct, he bent down sharply and shielded the two girls tightly in his arms, using his back to block the flying debris and scorching heat. "What's happening?" he shouted. The smoke cleared slightly, and what he saw made his heart drop. "Silver Dragon soldiers? No. The enemy has broken through the defenses." Clutching the girls tightly, he sprinted to the window and yanked the curtain aside, then froze. The once peaceful Silver Dragon Sanctuary was now engulfed in flames. Buildings crumbled, debris filled the air. Soldiers clashed violently with invaders, screams and roars mixing with dragon cries into pure chaos. Above them, countless flying dragons from the flame-red dragon clan blotted out the sky. Their wings stirred violent winds as they rained fire down, turning everything into a sea of flames. "It's an enemy attack. It's Constantine's flame-red dragon clan." The two children trembled in terror, their faces pale as they clung tightly to Leon. "I'm scared. Leon immediately covered their eyes. Don't look. Stay good. Don't look outside. Moments later, several battered and bloodied silver dragon soldiers rushed in and dropped to one knee. Prince Consort, your highnesses, are you unhurt? Leon's gaze sharpened like a blade. His voice dropped, cold and furious. What the hell is going on? Why didn't the guard send a warning? How did it turn into this chaos? Meanwhile, in the side hall just outside the delivery room, headmaid Anna received urgent news from the front lines. One of her maids, her face deathly pale, stumbled in, her voice shaking uncontrollably. Headmaid, it's terrible. The Flame Red Dragon clan has launched a surprise attack. They're attacking from the back mountain and the main gate at the same time. The defenses are about to collapse. Anna's face drained of all color, her body jolting in shock. The Flame Red Dragon clan? Constantine's men? Why would they suddenly attack the Silver Dragon clan? There's been no declaration of war, no major conflict between our clans. Why now? The maid's voice trembled with despair. They chose this exact moment, when Her Majesty is at her weakest, when she has no combat power at all, to launch a full attack. This was premeditated. Just then, another agonized scream from Rosewise rang out from the delivery room, sharp, weak, and more heart-wrenching than ever. Anna snapped back to reality, forcing down the panic in her chest and steadying herself. Where is Shirley? Who is commanding the guard regiment? She demanded immediately. Lady Shirley has gathered the sanctuary's elite guards and is now holding the main gate with her life, doing everything she can to stop the Flame Red Dragon vanguard, her subordinate replied. Anna's gaze hardened. Her voice turned cold and unwavering. Good. Dispatch every messenger dragon in the sanctuary. Send them at full speed to the neighboring dragon clans and to the Red Dragon Sanctuary. Make sure the message reaches Lady Malkvi. Also, send 4 elite squads through the back mountain immediately. You must secure an escape route before the enemy completes their encirclement. Yes! Inside the delivery room, Rosewise had just endured another brutal wave of pain. Her face was pale as paper, her body drenched in sweat, her eyes half-lidded with exhaustion. Yet she could clearly hear the explosions, the clash of weapons, and the roar of dragons outside. Her breathing was shallow, her voice hoarse. Anna, what's happening out there? Anna stepped forward, gently holding her down as she tried to rise, forcing herself to speak steadily despite her fear. Your Majesty, we are under a surprise attack by Constantine's Flame Red Dragon clan. This was a premeditated strike. Rosewise's pupils shrank sharply, and she cried out with what strength she had left. Constantine? She struggled to sit up, ignoring the tearing pain ripping through her body. No, I have to go out there. I have to fight with you. I am the Silver Dragon Queen. Anna held her down firmly, her voice urgent and trembling. Your Majesty, you must not move. You are in the middle of childbirth. The slightest mistake could cost both your life and the baby's. Please, stay here and focus on delivering the child. I will lead the Maid Corps into battle. Once the escape route is secured, we will escort you to safety. You must trust us. But Rosewise couldn't think about herself, or even the child in her womb. Her mind was filled only with her daughters. The thought of her children in the middle of a battlefield drove her into panic. Tears streamed down her pale cheeks as she screamed, My daughters! Where are they? Are they safe? Tell me. At that moment, the door burst open. Leon rushed in, carrying the 2 girls. Rosewise, we're here. The girls are safe. The moment they saw her, the girls broke free and ran to the bed. Mommy, wow, are you hurting? Seeing them unharmed, Rosewise burst into tears. She reached out with a trembling hand and grabbed Leon tightly, her knuckles white. Leon, please, protect our daughters. No matter what happens. Get them out of here. Leon gripped her cold hand firmly, his gaze unwavering. I will, Rosewise. I promise you, as long as I breathe, no one will touch any of you. No one will step inside this room. Rosewise nodded through her tears, unable to speak clearly. Okay. With the last of her strength, she whispered, The key to your weapons. 2nd drawer. Bedroom desk. Leon froze for a second, then nodded. I understand. He quickly settled them, then strode into the bedroom, opened the drawer, and took the heavy set of keys. Inside lay the power of his former life, the weapons of a dragon-slaying warrior, and now he would take them up again. Moan clutched his coat tightly. Daddy, you'll come back, right? Leon crouched down, wiping her tears with his thumb, forcing a gentle smile. Of course, we made a deal, didn't we? We're going to the beach when Mommy gets better. Daddy never breaks a promise. So stay here. Protect Mommy and your sister for me. You're the big sister now. Moan sniffled, wiped her tears, and nodded firmly. I can do it. I'll protect them. Leon gently stroked the younger girl's head. Don't cry. Daddy's going to defeat all the bad dragons. The little girl nodded through her tears. Oh, okay. Daddy, you can do it. Leon stood. In that instant, all warmth vanished from his eyes, replaced by cold, unyielding resolve. The warrior had returned. Everyone, assemble! We march out and face the Flame Red Dragon clan. Behind him, the guards, maid corps, and remaining soldiers knelt in unison. We will defend the Silver Dragon Sanctuary with our lives. We will protect Her Majesty and the princesses. What should have been a moment of new life had fallen into chaos and war, and in Leon's mind only one thought remained: hold the line, protect his family.